Okay, guys. Sorry for the delay. Unfortunately, my food was delayed, and then a bunch of technical issues. So I'm using the microphone with this headset after a very long time. So, anyways, what I'll do is, as usual, just share the link. I'm sure this can be automated, but yeah, for now we'll just rely on good old manual sharing. Just give me 1 second. I'll just share this on Telegram and Twitter. If anyone wants to share it anywhere else, please go ahead. I mean, basically, I just want to point out what happened since this has been majorly neglected in our space. Although this again is a very big reminder of what can happen, when people get a little too greedy and in a completely unregulated financial space. That's not to say that government itself has our best interests at heart. We've seen time and again how they have also mismanaged things. But anyways, before I drone on and on, I'll just quickly share this. Oh, okay. Yeah, guys, I just opened up the YouTube channel and I'm just going to get the links going. Yeah, Twitter link is out and Telegram. Yeah. Yeah, guys, all the links are out. So hopefully we'll see some people joining in soon. So I'll just wait for around 1 or 2 minutes to see if more people join in. Otherwise, I'll just quickly give a gist of what exactly has happened as far as like what I have understood, and then we'll basically just discuss a few things about misconceptions that people have about crypto and like, and this become pretty mainstream. Like you guys have seen how even like you had ads in IPL. So Sam Bankman-Fried was pumping in money in massive Super Bowl ads, getting entire stadiums named after his company. So you see what money can do, and this entire atmosphere is created that it's this is just such an easy way to quickly make a lot of money, which is true for which has been true for a lot of people, but a lot of those people just got lucky, and probably multiple numbers of compared to the original number which got lucky actually blew up a good portion of their life savings in this industry. I really don't think this is the place for quick and easy money anymore. I mean, given the size, even though the asset class has taken a big hit, I don't really think this is the kind of place where people have these dreams. Oh, that I'll put in 20,000 or something, and then 5 6 years later, 10 years later, it'll be 20 lakhs, 50 lakhs, 1 crore or something. That's not going to happen. Okay, guys, I'll just snack on some food till then. Let's see if anyone's going to join in or not. This channel also has been pretty inactive, so but people can always view later on. So it's not that things are going to a waste or something. Hey, what's up, man? Oh god, I hope Gio's not shitting the bed. No, it's alright. Thank God. No offense to Shri Ambani ji, of course. Don't want them to cut my fucking connection. Okay, guys, if we, I think, hit like 4 or 5 people in the next minute or two, I think I'll just go off and start. Like, there's no point waiting so much. I'm roughly in my mid 20s. Probably look like more towards the 30s though, or used to. Now I look like late 20s, I think. Yeah, but definitely, I think mental maturity wise, probably going back in reverse. So late teens, early 20s. Bro, I'm also kind of just finishing up some food. I haven't eaten anything, so just kind of snacking. My Swiggy 20-minute delivery came in 50 minutes. So thank you guys, Swiggy. What a what a great professional service. Anyways, guys, I'm just going to begin now. I don't want you guys also to have to keep waiting who have come early. Other people can just listen on to the recording later on or join in somewhere in the middle. So this whole story basically begins with a gentleman known as Sam Bankman-Fried. So if you don't know what has happened, basically at its worst, around 180 $200 billion in a span of like 1 day, 1.5 days, was wiped out from the entire crypto market. And the crypto market is actually not that big of an asset class. You can go on coin market cap yourself and see how bad of a shape it is in. Like if I just go right now and if I just tell you what Bitcoin's market cap is, I think after yesterday, yeah, it's hardly just above 300 billion. I think at one point it might have even gone below 300 billion. And Bitcoin essentially apart from Bitcoin, you don't have a lot of big cryptos. You have Ethereum, which is less than half its size in market cap. Then you have Binance Coin, but Binance Coin again, then it's much smaller than Ethereum also. And as you go down and down, you'll keep seeing this. So it's again concentrated in the first two three cryptos. So we've come to a point where, again, like, just looking at, this becoming a multi-trillion dollar industry is just seems like such a far off idea right now. Earlier people used to think that, this will be the next big asset class, it'll be worth 20-50 trillion dollars and this and that. It's not even worth 1 trillion right now. Yesterday I think it could have gone down to, if things would have kept on going worse, it could have gone below 500-600 billion. When do you sleep? Not. I don't have a fixed sleep cycle, dude. Like, just fall asleep when I get too tired. But anyways, coming back to this. So why was this sudden bloodbath there? I mean, the crypto market, I'm sure many of you know, hasn't been doing that well over the last uh, 10 months, year or so, or something like that. So basically, what happened was that basically the crypto market for around, I think, the last couple of weeks or maybe a month or something had begun to not exactly recover, but at least it was not falling anymore. It seemed to be showing some signs of, stabilizing, and maybe that could have acted as a foundation. And like beyond a certain point, like, people also don't really want to sell, right? Like, that selling pressure has really exhausted itself. So we were in that kind of zone. So what happened, I think, this was yesterday, day before yesterday, was that, I think day before yesterday, sorry, was that FTX. There was a very scandalous report about FTX. Did I lose any money? No, actually, so I could have lost quite a bit of money, but I already blew it anyways on my own. So I did their job for them. The big evil elite scammers. So basically, I'd already liquidated much of the money into fiat and like gift cards and stuff like that. So I already spent it on things which I needed, like equipment and like uh, basically paying a deposit for renting a place, bunch of things like fridge. If you move into a new place on your own, you need to buy a ton of shit. So, anyways, what this scandalous report basically revealed was that the balance sheet of this firm FTX was basically, FTX was the third, fourth largest crypto exchange in the world by volume, and like it had like a rep of basically essentially number two after Binance, right? Rep wise, and in the US it was probably even better known than Binance, and it was seen as the up and coming, dark knight or black horse of crypto. So people thought that, essentially this man was a genius. The founder Sam Bankman-Fried, or like, those really savvy, eccentric, maverick kind of young men who is, really done something extremely innovative, and he really deserved all the credit for getting this massively efficient crypto exchange out there, which was offering all sorts of really high end complex derivative products to traders, which they didn't really have easy access to, apparently, or at least not as smooth access to with other exchanges. Now the issue is that over all this time, while he was also doing this, he was also apparently cooking the books. So around $6 or $7 billion, which was supposed to be held in cryptocurrencies, which would be able to match whatever funds were owed to the users, the depositors of FTX. That money was actually being held in FTT tokens, which is a token which is like created out of thin air by FTX itself, right? like FTT tokens which were locked, and partly FTT tokens which were like in collateral form, right? And what was also really revealed was that this thing called Alameda Research, which is technically supposed to be a different foundation, different organization, was also holding like a bunch of FTT tokens and just probably using it for collateral purposes of its own, which is also is it was not supposed to do, right? So basically, after all this was revealed, this massive financial mismanagement would basically became clear that if anything happened to the FTT token, they would basically not be able to pay back all the users. So there was a massive run on the FTT, and there was a massive run on the exchange itself, FTX. People started basically withdrawing all their money all at once, and that's when basically there was some kind of public thing which came out. Basically, Sam Bankman announced that there was some kind of an arrangement with Binance, and I don't know exactly what word he used, but it was not very clear what that was. And soon after, the CEO of Binance, CZ, Cheng Pao Zhao, I don't know how to pronounce the name, sorry, uh, he came out and said that basically Binance had agreed to take over FTX. This was not some mere collaboration or something. Binance was buying out FTX because FTX was in desperate need of a bailout. They didn't have enough money to pay back its depositors. And once this was revealed, the entire market basically, apologies for my words, but shat its pants. And yeah, so that's, you basically had like people, I mean, some of the coins which were obviously FTT was very hard hit, like over like since the very beginning. But there's another token called Solana, right, which is also somewhat linked to Sam Bankman Fried and his entire network. And basically, I can tell you, as someone who himself had a lot of Solana at one point of time, the there are people on that subreddit who've basically lost like half their life savings and like over the last 1 or 2 days, which it's an absolute disaster. And not that other cryptocurrency owners have not been hit, of course, like they like the entire, like people have lost 30, 40, 25, 20% of their portfolios overnight. So it's not really been great last 2 3 days. For me personally, I think I had like $50 left in my account. So and that also in some stable coins. So I was basically affected to the, like I probably made a little bit of money, like $5 or something, by buying on the cheap, while the market was on the upswing. But anyway, I was not affected personally. I mean, and that's just pure luck. It was not that as if I was too like really smart or something to withdraw on the at the right time or something like that. But yeah, guys, basically, yeah, you should. I mean, it's not that you should stick to just the stock market, things like this. I mean, not to this extent, because the stock market is extremely regulated, and that has its downsides as well. But you should always, hedge yourself against risk. I mean, basic stuff which they tell you as soon as you learn anything about finance is risk management, right? Now, obviously, if you're some sort of person who has put 40-50% of your portfolio in one or two cryptocurrencies, first of all, you should not even be having that much of your net worth in one single asset class, right? Unless maybe it's your like primary house or something. Even then, I think it's probably wrong. But yeah, that's what people were doing. They were taking extreme risks, and they knew what they were getting along for. So what is the situation now? Oh, yeah, and now it's still pretty unclear how all of this is going to sort out itself, because basically in the latest update, what we've heard is that Binance has backtracked on its earlier word in public, because they've come out in public and said that we didn't know how bad the situation was. We thought it was like a much smaller problem, but we've had a full look at the balance sheets and like all the shenanigans that have been going on, and we are not going ahead with this. We can't pump in so much money to bail these guys out for free. Like, I don't know. Like, obviously, CZ and Sam Bankman also had this sort of bittersweet kind of relationship. Maybe it could also be something personal. There could be that angle there. But yeah, clearly, it's quite clear that FTX had not been a very, you know, fair player in the market. Apparently, they had also been not just cooking their balance sheets, they had also been basically betting against their own users in some ways, basically compiling and aggregating the data which was supposed to be private of the trades which were happening. See, remember I told you the third, fourth biggest exchange by volume. So imagine the amount of data they had, and using that to basically manipulate certain currencies, make certain hedges, make certain bets to make quick profits, and obviously at whose expense? People like their own users who they got the data from in the first place. No, bro, I have not done any MBA or finance degree, but I've had like certain periods where, like a very short period when I was basically trading full time. So I have like some idea about, especially like basic crypto stuff. So yeah, guys, that's the story. So what does this mean? Like, is crypto dead? People are very hesitant right now. The market has recovered to some extent, but again, we don't really know what's going to happen in the coming days. How all this is going to play? Is he going to go to jail? I kind of doubt it, but let's see. Uh, yeah, and what about crypto? What about its future? I think it still has a future, but yeah, I think that future, the kind of adoption we were hoping for, decentralized world should give people, individuals, more power compared to authoritarian organizations of any sort, whether they be big tech companies or governments, whether they be democratic governments, whether they be single party governments, right? They've all had a tendency to spy on you, seize your money, freeze your bank accounts. So that was something which crypto kind of gave you that hope that individuals could really have another alternative to be a bit more sovereign, and kind of at least have a little bit of a bulwark against the steady encroachment of the state and these large organizations. But yeah, that has certainly taken a major hit. But I do think that overall, in the coming years, things will be back to normal. But I think at least 1 or 2 years of maybe progress has been undone by this absolute shit show, thanks to one man's complete eccentric, really stupid animal greed. So yeah, guys, at the end, I can just tell you that like, be careful. No one's that smart. No one knows where the market is going. No one's a genius. There's no quick bucks to be made just like that, right? So yeah, and if anyone's telling you, most likely you are the, as I say, it's a cliched thing to say, but you are their avenue of making that quick buck, right? You are the guinea pig who they are going to trick into making a quick buck for themselves, and in the end you're going to lose what you have as well, right? So don't fall for these tricks. Do your own research, take advice from multiple different sources, and yeah, diversify, hedge. Okay, guys, until next time, I hope it wasn't too boring.